Well, Darth Revan just got delayed, and there's a whole lot of people in the community doing this. So, a little bit ago, we got a message from CG Carey on the forums, and the title of it is, "When is Darth Revan coming?" And the post goes as thus: "Hello, Holotable heroes. I know there's a lot of anticipation around Darth Revan's arrival, and while we are normally quite circumspect around dates, for one of the reasons of which I'm about to illustrate, we know that there is a lot of excitement around this particular release, and we want to communicate as much clarity as we can. We were initially hoping to release Darth Revan this week, however, this event is of a scope and scale that is among the largest of the Journey events we have done in the past. For this reason, I made the call late last night to delay until early next week. This gives us a few extra days of testing, and pending on what we find, 2 weekend days to fix those issues. While normally we push a build up and schedule the event for 24 plus hours later, we will be pushing up the build and turning on the event almost immediately, meaning that when we decide it's ready to go, we'll be unleashing it all in one go. We will be aiming for as early in the week as possible, pending any issues we need to find and fix." It goes on past that to talk about how they are on the West Coast, so do keep in mind they have the Pacific time zone that they're dealing with. So they will update you on Monday with any additional details. Have a great weekend, and as always, we will see you on the Holotables, Carrie. So, I apologize. I'm
in a glass case of emotion!
So, the big thing that I want to point out here is that she says here that she made the call to delay until early next week. Now, I don't know if she made that call or not. She's just, deflecting blame for someone else. My big problem here is this. If the call was made last night, we as a community needed to be told last night. This is a Journey event that was supposed to come out early this morning. We were supposed to get an update to push him and the reworks for Fallen Bastila and HK into the game. We never got that update last night, and we were left in limbo wondering, where on earth is the update? Where's the Journey event? And the whole time they had delayed it, and they told no one in the community. That is my big issue. That's why I'm more annoyed and pissed off than anything, is that we had this frustrating lack of communication where almost 24 hours went by and no one told us that the event was being delayed. And this is pretty much us being a dead horse at this point. We've had these constant communication problems with CG, and it's always frustrating when it happens, and it's even more so because it's now surrounding a Journey event that she even mentions there's a lot of excitement around it. There is a ton of excitement around this Darth Revan Journey event, because everyone's ready to see the end of the Jedi Revan meta, and Darth Revan looks stupidly overpowered, which we'll talk about that with the balance here in a moment, but there's a lot of people who are ready to see Darth Revan become the new meta, and the fact that we now have to wait even longer, and that they waited to tell us that we have to wait, it's annoying. I don't know what else to say at this point. Besides, CG, you guys should have learned by now, if you guys are gonna delay and not tell us this kind of stuff, you're just gonna have us get more pissed off. This is not rocket science for you guys. You guys know this community by now. I don't understand why there was a delay. I don't know, man. I really don't know. And I apologize. I'm kind of off the cuff here. Just kind of finished dinner. I'm just still trying to process this. So forgive me if I seem a little raw here. But really, you can say that, I had these characters farmed up way before the event was announced. That doesn't bother me as much. I know there's a lot of whales who are annoyed that the event just keeps seeming to get delayed longer and longer, and allowing more people to get Darth Revan the first time around. And you can make an argument for that. There's going to be a lot of people who have Darth Revan ready to go this time, because the farm is nowhere near as difficult as it was for Jedi Revan. We have a much longer window. There's only 4 characters that had to be panic farmed to 7 stars. You had HK, but HK's been in this game for years, so really there's no necessary way to say that he was a panic farm. But really, it was a much easier farm for Darth Revan than it was for Jedi Revan, and we had a longer farming window. So there's going to be a lot more people who have Darth Revan, and there's a lot of concerns that we're basically going to get a repeat of this stale Jedi Revan meta, except it's going to be for several months now because so many people are going to have Darth Revan. So I can see the argument coming here for that, and I totally understand why people are arguing that, and there is some merit to that, especially now that we have another 4 days that at least that this event is going to be pushed out. So there is an argument to be had there. Now, one interesting thing to note here is that the moment they think that the event is ready to go, they're flipping a switch, and that event is showing up in the game. There's not going to be any kind of warning, probably. It's just going to show up. Though it would be hilarious if they warned us that the event was coming with the flip of a switch, because, you know, irony. Why not? But really, at the end of the day, it's going to be interesting to see them basically flip a switch. And I was joking with some people on Discord earlier tonight. It would be hilarious if they had waited for like an hour before a lock-in for Territory Wars or something, or Grand Arena, and then flipped that switch and just watch the entire community implode. Like, people are panic farming Revan. You have everybody rushing to the bathroom at work, like locking the door, trying to get Darth Revan farmed, geared up, Zeta and everything. It would be hilarious. And, you know, maybe that would be one of the funny things and one of the ways to make up for this kind of delay, was just wait until right before the next Grand Arena or Territory Wars happens, and then flip that switch and just watch what happens. But I'm also a bit of an agent of chaos, and I like watching the world burn sometimes, so maybe that's just me. But I think that really there are some ways that they can respond to this. I think, you know, making the journey event a little bit harder is not exactly out of the expectation here. I think that, you know, pushing up those gear requirements just a little bit, not turning it up to 11 and all of a sudden you got to have like gear 13 and quadruple Zetas on the Old Republic team to get him. But I think pushing up that gear requirement a little bit could be a pretty good, you know, compromise for this. But we'll see how it is. And, you know, at the end of the day, this could just be a Gear 7, Gear 8 journey event, and everything was a lie about how it's more difficult. But we'll see how that goes. Now, we're going to this thing about talking about a few extra days of testing, and depending on what we find, 2 weekends to fix those issues. That means there's some kind of balance issues at play here. And I'd seen this sent earlier to me today. It sounds like Darth Revan is completely broken. If you use Sith Assassin on your team, she will do her special, which hits to health and may very well take out a tune. Now, what they're talking about here is the 1-2 combo with Sith Assassin. I can't speak. And what this is it uses her Dark Shroud ability, which causes her to stealth, and then she follows up with her Electrocute ability, and if she stealthed, it deals 5% more damage for each buff that she dispels on herself, and then that damage ignores the target's protection. And not to mention the Dark Shroud also has a lot of turn meter boost to it. So I think what's going on here is between Darth Revan and this huge amount of stacks of ferocity that she's getting, which is going to be something like at least plus 100% damage at that point, she is pretty much going to do a ton of damage with that Electrocute ability, and it's causing the enemy that she targets to drop below 50% health, and with Darth Revan's kit, that automatically puts an unresistible death mark on the enemy leader. So I think this is what's causing the problems with the balance that they're hinting at here. It's very likely this could be it. We'll see. It's rumors, so take it with a grain of salt, obviously. But who knows? It seems pretty viable, so I'll go ahead and promote it here. Now, what this means for my Zeta and modding guide. If you guys may remember, sorry, I just bumped the table. If you guys remember last night with my kit reveal, I had mentioned that I would be putting out a Zeta and modding guide for Darth Revan and the Sith Empire team. I'm going to go ahead with that modding guide. I'll put that out tomorrow morning. I need to make some edits to it because if there are going to be some balance changes here, my modding guide was going off the assumption that Darth Revan was going to be faster than Sith Assassin. I was pretty comfortable in that assumption, but I think they're going to make some changes to Sith Assassin and Darth Revan, slow them down or change the order of operations on them. And I think that is going to cause a little bit of change in the mods. Like, I feel pretty comfortable on the mods for Trooper, Marauder, HK-47, and Fallen Basila. Those four, I feel great on the mods. I don't think I'm gonna have to really change them. It's Sith Assassin and Darth Revan. I'm gonna have to put some caveats on. I'm gonna have to put some caveats on them. However you pronounce that word. Caveats, whatever. So I will go ahead, make some edits and changes to that video tonight, update the Zeta priority list a little bit, and still mention that it's tentative. And I will go ahead and get that out for you guys tomorrow. because I still feel pretty comfortable in that guide. But beyond that, there has been a lot of questions about what other Sith can we bring into a Darth Revan team. I could do a speculation video on that. At the same time, I'm playing Division 2, having a blast with that. I want to make some videos on that too. What do you guys want to see me while we sit here and spin our wheels on Darth Revan? There's plenty of stuff to talk about with Darth Revan and speculation, though I have a feeling we're going to be sick of that pretty quickly until that event shows up. So down in the comment section, let me know, what do you guys want to see over the next few weeks, or sorry, the next few days while we wait for Darth Revan to show up. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video, so drop a comment down below. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later.